Chinese New Year, Year of the Dragon. This is the dish. Gotta cook it. Let's go. All right, people, we're gonna make lobster yee mein. So what is yee mein, first of all? Well, yee mein is a type of noodle, a type of ifu noodles or longevity noodles. And we have a recipe for that, a separate recipe for that, and cook it all the time for banquets or for special occasions like birthdays, because it's longevity, it symbolizes long life. Today, we're going to combine that with ginger scallion lobster, long xia or longhá, which literally means dragon shrimp. So what better dish to celebrate the Year of the Dragon for the Chinese New Year than lobster yee mein? So you get a flavors of a base of a nice ifu noodles or longevity noodles cooked with scallion and a nice sauce, flavored with lobster from your ginger scallion lobster. So you get a little bit of flavor from the lobster, you get a tender piece of lobster, but then you also get that ifu noodle that has that wonderful nice texture to it, and ginger scallion flavor and lobster, just a great combination of flavors. And that's what we're gonna have to celebrate for Chinese New Year. Well, let's get to it. I'm gonna explain what the components are here first. So we've got yee mein, which is an ifu noodle. It's a little cake here. Sometimes it comes in the box. Sometimes it comes in just a little wrap package. You've got scallion, and I put a little bit of garlic. We're going to cook the noodles separately, put them on a bed, on a plate, flavored noodles. We're gonna cook our ginger scallion lobster, and the way we cook this is gonna be slightly different. We're gonna use a little bit more sauce. Then we're gonna stir fry the noodles, flavor them, use that lobster oil to flavor the noodles, which is gonna be tremendous. Put them on a plate, and then we're gonna cook the ginger scallion lobster to make it a little bit saucier than usual, because usually it's dry, and put it on top. Now we could put it all together. If you do that, you risk overcooking the lobster, and we don't want that. And then you get flavored noodles, you get the ginger scallion lobster that's cooked perfectly, and that's it. It's really good. Gonna be great, guys. Let's make it. Off to the walk. All right, we got 3 quarts of water boiling. We're gonna cook the ifu noodles. Put them right in there. Basically, after you put them in there, you want to turn it over. So what you want to do is you want to fluff this out, mix it up good, so that everything cooks evenly. And once these noodles are cooked through, al dente, that's when you want to take them out and give them a quick rinse. I'm kind of moving it constantly so they cook evenly. So I'm going to try one of these at the top here, okay? Now I taste it, and I still taste a dry core, so it still has to cook. So it's been about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, which is normal. These usually cook about 3 minutes. This is why the ifu noodles and these yee mein is so good, because they're kind of spongy and they have a nice texture. Well, I can see it's a little bit uncooked. Needs another 30 seconds. I'm going to turn off the flame and call these done, because they're going to continue cooking. Oh yes, this is why I call them long life noodles. Hey, you know what? If you got a pasta claw, it works just as good as these chopsticks. Okay, quick rinse in the sink. Stop the cooking, and so they don't stick together. Ooh, still a little hot. Okay, cool to the touch now. Okay, they're just warm right now. So I'm just gonna put them into the colander. All right, got about 1.5 cups, 2 cups of oil in there. And we're going to dredge these lobster pieces. When you dredge these lobster pieces, it's the most important to dredge these to cover the meat, to protect the meat and keep in the moisture. See that? Just like that.
You really just have to coat the meat.
Just gotta coat the meat. That's the most important thing, is coating the meat. I mean, basically, if you know the coating of the shell, if if the shell gets coated, it's by mistake. You don't really need it. All right, you want to make sure your oil is nice and hot. And if you're using a smaller wok, you might think about using less oil so it doesn't splash. The nice thing about the wok is that the rim is high, and you know you won't make a mess. So in they go. One at a time. Do this in batches. And you can see here the importance of a strong vent. Yep, they are ready. And here's where the spider really shines. They're about 80% done. We do the next batch. Flash fry, see that? You can see the oil has cooled off already. And that is probably good also. That's why we call this a flash fry, because you can see it is a quick process. And we put it on this sheet pan and continue. Woohoo! You basically just want to get it to the point where the shells turn color. And you can see the meat is still a little bit translucent, which means that it's not quite done yet, but that's the way you want it. You don't want to overcook it because we're going to cook this again. Okay, we're going to cook these shells. You might ask, like, why would you want to cook these shells? Well, first of all, you do have to cook them. Second of all, basically, we're flavoring the oil. And these shells you want to cook pretty thoroughly because we're just going to use these. Get them a nice bright red with a good color. All right, turn it off. I turn the flame back on briefly and I'm turning it off again. You have to be careful. These lobsters are wet and they will splatter. All right, flame is off. All right, put these back in. And now what we're going to do is strain it into a small pot. Strain this oil with a fine mist strainer. And this is umami oil. It's lobster oil. Lobster flavored oil. And then, boy, if you use this lobster oil to cook fried rice, to cook your favorite dish, and this oil, full of flavor. I'm going to put about a tablespoon, probably 2 tablespoons. That's about 2 tablespoons or so. This is basically lobster flavor. I'm going to start out at medium-high heat. Put the whites of the scallions in. Let those cook for a little while. A few seconds is a little while. And then I'm going to put these, turn it up high. I'm going to put these noodles in. High heat. Let this go. But now we're going to add the sauce. flame is on high. Okay. These look nice and moist. Ready to go. And you don't want sticky noodles. These noodles look a little bit, if they look a little bit dry, add a little bit of water because it's okay. You definitely want the noodles to be slippery. You don't want them to be sticky. Okay. That's it. I'm going to turn the flame off and plate it. Whoa. Nice. Good amount of scallion. Now we're ready for the lobster. I'm going to take the oil, lobster oil. Put it on kind of low heat right now, because what I want to do is I want to infuse the ginger and the scallion whites. There's 3 scallions in here. Now I'm going to turn it up a little bit. And while that's heating, I'm going to put our 2 shells on here. Just like that, tucked right in. And then, now, put the lobster in. Now I'm going to put these legs in here too. I didn't put the legs in here into the oil because the legs kind of tend to explode. And then the meat comes shooting out of there, so you don't want that. So these legs will cook pretty fast. I've got it on high heat right now. I'm gonna bake this lobster. I'm gonna have this cover ready. All right, Shaoxing wine. And the cover goes on. 1 minute. Probably turn the heat down a little bit. I don't want to scorch it. In the meantime, I'll stir up this sauce, which is the sauce for the ginger scallion lobster. And now it's baking all those flavors. The ginger, the scallion, the lobster, all baking in there. And those little legs are cooking. So it's been about 1 minute. Now on a home wok where you have a lower flame, you might want to put it a little bit longer. But this, I know my wok, it's about done. So now I'm uncovering it, I turn it to high heat. I'm going to stir in the sauce. Just like that. Woo-hoo! Toss all those scallions in there. Everything looks cooked. Wonderful. And we're ready to plate. I'm going to turn the flame off. So now, I'm just going to plate this carefully on here.
Don't cover all the noodles.
Yeah, that's good, like around the edges.
I think we're going to take the chopstick.
Yeah, we got a big old lot of lobster.
Take this lobster. Oh, look at this. And we've got more of this stuff. We'll put this on the back side. Wow, is this dish festive or what? It's a lot of lobster. We'll lift those noodles out. because
What?
we'll kind of like mix and lift the noodles out for presentation.
Yeah, let's hear
Put on here. You want to zhuzh the noodles? Got the food stylist over here. Yeah. And then put the scallions over it. That's perfect. There it is. That is the Year of the Dragon Lobster Yee Mein noodles. And lobsters, Lóng or Lóng, which means dragon shrimp. Chinese New Year, Year of the Dragon. This is the dish. Gotta cook it. Let's go. All right, gotta get some noodles.
I'm looking for scallion.
You're looking for
ginger.
scallion? I'm gonna get a little, claw here. Scallion, ginger.
Wait,
So I'm gonna try the noodles first. Mmm.
so much flavor.
So different because of the lobster oil and the lobster. Mmm.
Just the noodle alone, you taste a lot of.
A huge flavor.
Wonderful.
Wow. I mean, every time I eat this dish,
It's a very special dish.
it's so good. It's perfect for New Year. Perfect celebratory. I love this lobster head, but I'm not going to eat this on camera. This is the prize. Now, if I had a little lobster fork, I could eat properly, but this pops right out. Tender lobster. And you know what the best part is? We got this in summer lobster sale. $7.99 a pound. Woohoo!
I know. Except in the wintertime, the price will be different.
I know. So good. Here you go. I'll dish one out for you. Look at the noodle, the long life noodles. Get a nice nublet here. Oh yeah, here you go. Eating while operating the camera, that's a newfound skill.
Wow. Oh, who's there?
Oh, say oh. So good. This Yee Mein actually tastes a little bit like ramen because ramen, I'm pretty sure is a little bit like the packaged ramen. The dry ramen is also kind of fried and it's an alkaline noodle, right? So if you can't find the Yee Mein, maybe ramen's not a bad
Option,
choice.
yeah.
Option.
Oh God, I love the scallion. Ginger scallion.
Exactly.
Ginger scallion.
We put 4 scallions in here,
Yes.
but you know, if we put another 2 scallions, it wouldn't be too much. It's never too much. And if you like to kick it up, you could. In the regular Yee Mein, we use Chinese chives. You could put Chinese chives in here. You could put dried mushrooms or donggu, right? Winter mushrooms. You could put that in there too.
How true.
Very good. Don't you feel like you're at a banquet?
I'm just looking at this. It's like, it's so special. It's a very special dish. And I think it's, you know what? And it's like a wow factor. There's a huge wow factor in here.
Oh yeah, when you bring this to the
Taste-wise,
table,
presentation-wise, color-wise, everything.
it's a big deal.
It is,
Be proud to serve this on the table during Chinese New Year.
for sure. So,
Have another piece.
are we doing this for Chinese New Year?
Sure.
Yes.
Happy Year of the Dragon, everyone.
Best health, best everything, and
Long life with Lobster Yee Mein noodles. Enjoy.
Phonetics. Sounds like lobster. You're the dragon.
Very
Action.
good summary.
Action.
So what better dish to celebrate the Chinese New Year than lobster scallion?
You were so strong. What better dish to